It's been really cool to have a firsthand look at how Greenville's changed, how it's grown, how it's become even better.
What made you decide to get into real estate?
I started getting an interest in real estate in college and started reading books on real estate and recognized that if you look at where wealth is created in the world, a lot of it revolves around real estate. But then I kind of fell in love with the concept of helping other people achieve that dream of owning property, owning homes, developing. One thing led to another, got involved in opening the very first Keller Williams office in the entire state of South Carolina. And that has...
In the entire state?
In the entire state, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just... So before you, no Keller Williams?
There was no Keller Williams in South Carolina. It was
wow.
in North Carolina. North and South Carolina is our region. In Greenville, it was Keller Who, and it was really we plowed a lot of ground back in 2002, 2003.
You're kind of fighting the good old boy like guys.
Sure, yeah, and real estate is in Greenville in particular, is a very traditional market. A lot of the biggest firms here had been around, one since before 1900, the other since the 1960s, so we were definitely going up against the good old boys, so to speak, in terms of real estate. Great people, but just a different concept of how real estate can be done. I was a 25-year-old kid who just got his real estate license, but saw this idea of this company that really could be a paradigm shift in real estate.
From a real estate perspective, how have you seen Greenville grow and change?
You know, one of the biggest changes is just the pricing of homes, of how much they've gone up recently. You know, the average price of a home in Greenville over $210,000, $215,000. So I think affordability is becoming kind of an issue that we're going to have to grapple with here in the upstate, because wages are not keeping up with home prices, in terms of the way prices are going up.
Are we going to hit another 2008?
Yeah, and that's always, real estate, if you study the real history of real estate and you look back, it is very cyclical. So every 7 to 8 years, there is some shift in the market. So we're overdue for a shift in our market. And if you look at all the fundamentals, that, like I just said, the pricing is just becoming, affordability is becoming an issue. And so at some point, that bubble some air has to be let out of that bubble. I think there were some other factors that happened in 2008, 9, and 10 that were extenuating beyond just a normal real estate bubble. So I think we will see a shift, we'll see a flattening, but that is when, if you look throughout history too, that is when the most wealth is created, when real estate prices kind of settle down a little bit and there are opportunity for investors to come and buy properties at a discount. But the nice thing about Greenville is that we are just a very kind of slow and steady market. So we didn't see the influx, the huge price increases that a lot of the California, the Miamis. We don't have a lot of international money that's coming in like they did. So we didn't have a big speculative market like those markets. So we didn't get hurt as badly, but we certainly did we had a downturn, and there was more supply than there was demand for several years.
How did you get into politics? What drove that?
Just kind of fell in love with the process of what you can do politically from a policy standpoint and making lives of those around us better, making our state more competitive. And my first job out of college was working for Jim DeMint, who was a U.S. congressman at the time and then became a U.S. senator. So I worked here in the district on his staff, and that was a really an eye-opening experience as a young person right out of college to see how what a federal congressman could do to impact the local community and bringing all those voices together.
Because you travel a good bit with Keller Williams, and you're just in Austin and Houston.
Yep.
So how does Greenville compare to these other cities you're going to?
It is amazing when you come out to Greenville, the balance that we have of the fun things to do, the beautiful scenery, great restaurants, very cosmopolitan feel, but yet it still has that small town kind of atmosphere where people will look at you in the eye and they'll smile at you when you're walking down the street. So I spend a lot of time in Austin, Texas. Austin is a great city, but I still love to visit, but I love to come back to Greenville because we're just a clean city. We're clean and green and vibrant, and the people here are just what make it different.
When you're not selling houses, what do you enjoy about Greenville? What are you out doing? Where are you out eating?
Well, we have 4 kids, 15, 12, 10, and 6. So a lot of our lives revolve around what they're doing, and that tends to be soccer and different things at school. So we're not at this stage in our life into the kind of fancier restaurants or the more family-friendly stuff. But what I love about Greenville is all the different options now. It's incredible. But we tend to go back towards the old school, like we live around the corner from Stack's Original. We're kind of loyal to them. Tommy's Ham House on Sundays, kind of the old Greenville ones. But we love to kind of work in the newer restaurants as well. I love the fact that we've got state parks right there within 10 minutes of being downtown. We live near Paris Mountain State Park, so we like to take advantage of that as a family. And then of course, like I said, soccer. We're always every weekend at some soccer complex throughout the state. So.
Right.
We do a lot of that stuff.
Hey guys, like what you just saw? Well, make sure that you hit the like button and the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all of our latest videos.